Hey guys, before this video gets started, I'd like to point out that in my description below you will find my Discord, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all of the social media whatnots. Discord is open to the public. Go check it out. Thanks guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new Let's Play series. This is Gold Rush the game. If you have not seen Gold Rush the TV show, none of this is going to make any sense to you because I'm going to combine my Let's Plays with the episodes each week. We're 2 episodes in. The first episode was an extended episode, so I have a lot to cover. For the episodes for Gold Rush anyway. Mainly just going to be talking about things that happen in the show. So spoiler warning if you haven't seen the latest episodes. That would be episode 1 and 2 of season whatever current season we're on. I don't even know what it is. Awkward. Either way, this game, I have played around in it just to kind of figure everything out. It is kind of in depth, so it's really interesting to see just how far in they can go with a game. You know what I mean? Like to see how deep they can get with parts you have to have, and I think they can go further. I really do. And they plan on releasing more things. There are 2 ways to get info about your game. About our in-game systems. First, the journal you can access by pressing the tab key. Second, the second one is the Digitube, our library of movies about the game. And every in-game mechanic explained there. If you find anything not explained, please send us a message. Okay, don't show this again. I got it. So here's the Digitube. You can check anything you want. So if we wanted to check out the front end loader, loading the shaker with it. You can see here it shows you the video. If you want to go to the journal and check out, this is a good place to start right here. So you go to the bank, rent an old parcel, go to the warehouse, and this is what you buy. Your list of things here. So is my cursor not on screen? It doesn't look like it. That's so strange. Maybe something to do with the game. Either way, number 4 is the list of things you buy. You load it all in your pickup, and you take it to the claim, and then you set up the hog pan. You shovel dirt, and then you take your... Yeah, we'll get to all that. We'll get to all that. First, controls. There we go. It's still not saving the... some of the settings, so you gotta be very careful with that. Oh, unlock the differential. There we go. Parking brake on. Alright. So we are supposed to rent this place. Okay. Rented. Alright. We're going to go back here to the shop. And I've got this on fixed camera, by the way. We're going to go back here to the shop. And we're going to buy a few things. And right here is where they will land. This is your loading area. If you buy trailers, this is where they will land. Let's take a quick look at some of the smaller equipment that you can buy. So, mobile fuel tank, big trailer, small trailer, mobile wash plant, magnetite trailer, magnetite separator, wave table. This thing and this thing are 2 things that are going to help you out a ton. Water pump, mobile generator, hog pan sluice box extension. This is the hog pan sluice box. Hog pan with the pump, which is what you want to upgrade to as soon as possible, but you gotta have a water pump. You have to buy hoses. You have to buy a filter to go on the end of the hose, so there's some extra cost in doing that. You have to have hog pan mats, so we're only going to get 2. Because this only takes 2 and we don't have enough to get the extension and everything. So grab one of these, and I think other than grabbing a bucket, we should be good. Go ahead and grab 2. Yeah, other than grabbing a bucket, we should be good. Now let's see what we got. 160. You will find order stuff just outside the shop in designated area. The area is limited space. Make sure you clean it out before making a big order. Okay. So if you want to make a bigger order, you're going to have to do that. These are 25 a piece. Let's go ahead and get this. I have to go clean out my area here. Okay, got the hog pan. Let's go with this first. Oh boy, there we go. Put that, drop that there. All right, so while I'm gathering stuff and putting in the truck, let's start talking about Gold Rush, the TV show. First, at the beginning of the season, you have Parker and Todd making a bet. They put 100 ounces on who gets more gold. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Parker comes out on top here. For the last ever how many seasons there are, Parker has come out ahead. So I'm not real sure why he wouldn't now. Although Todd seems to be on a good claim with... I don't have enough money. Oh, that's $100. Okay, well never mind. We'll just cancel that order. I'll come back when I've got a couple of ounces of gold. So Parker has been ahead for quite some time in this whole bet thing with Todd. So yeah, I already know where I'm going. Did I get everything I needed? I think I did. Let's check the journal real quick. 2 pan mats, buckets, loose box. Okay, pan no pump. All right. So they make the bet, they go to their respective claims, they tell everybody about the bet, and they start working. This thing gets out of control quickly. They start working on things. They both get up and going extremely early, a lot faster than normal. Definitely faster than last season. Todd didn't really get anywhere last season. Freddie Dodge saved his butt. As Freddie normally does, because Freddie is good at what he does. So, Todd's oldest son, Hunter, is on the claim this year working full time. Until now, I don't know that he's been out there full time. I know that he's been out there. He's visited, I think, every season probably. But Hunter's been out there. He may have been out there last year full time. But Hunter wants to be put in charge of Big Red, or Monster Red, whichever it is. I don't remember which one's which. There's too many reds involved. The big wash plant on the Hoffman claim. And we're just going to spin around here. Don't worry about it. Get going. There we go. All right. So Hunter wants to be put in charge. Todd gives him a 2-week trial period to see how he's going to do. Of course, it's not a bad idea considering he's 18. Everybody else has way more experience than him running the things. Not to discriminate against him because he is young, but because everybody else has more experience. Nothing wrong with that. So, I think one of my mats already made it into the thing there. So yeah, I did play through a little bit of this, and if you want to know how to set this up, it's here, or you can check out the DigTube video. In the DigTube, you will find several videos that are very, very helpful. So, nope, put that there. There we go. So this game is laid out very nicely, honestly. Okay, we got a lot to get to. The other episodes will not be so rushed, I promise. There's just so much information to cover with the first 2 episodes of Gold Rush already being out. Where is Dave Turin? That's a good question. They talk about him at the end of episode 2. We'll get to that in just a minute. So you also have a tent that you can go in here. Try to keep up, guys. I know this is weird, but I'd like to do a lot of talking about a lot of different things. So you have a tablet you can use. You can transport items. There's your failures, equipment store, machine store, and you can also hire workers if you so choose. You can go to the bank here and do things as well. You can also sell gold bars from here. If they do at some point put in a thing where you can smelt gold bars, that would be fantastic. We need to drop that in there. Whoa, okay, let's try that again. Drop this in here. Nope. Okay, it's not gonna stay in there. Dave Turin set up his own mine in Arizona, I believe, and is making gold. So that was earlier this year. So that's where Dave Turin has been. That was April this year. So if you keep up with him on social medias or any of that kind of thing, you can definitely see what he's got going on. All right, so we want to get our shovel out, and I want to stay away from the area right here closest to us for when we get the automated the hogwash pump, right? Because that way you can stand there and just feed it. You're gonna have to do a lot of running around at the beginning anyway, so you might as well just run the back and forth. Sometimes you get stuck in the holes you just dug. You might as well do a lot of back and forth at the beginning instead of at the end when you can just stand here, because you will also at that time probably have all four. You'll have the extension on it, you'll have the mats on it, and you'll have a water pump hooked to it, so you don't have to do what I'm about to do anyway. So lots of good things to come later for sure. But starting off with $250 and a pickup truck, I think we're gonna do okay. Any ounce of gold is good gold when you only got $64 in your pocket. All right, so that's what Dave Turin's been up to. Again, follow him on social media if you want to find out more. If you're a fan of the show, if you miss seeing Dave on the show. All right, so we're full. We're gonna take this bucket. We're gonna get some water in it. Tony starts getting ready to go get his second dredge. Then you pour the water in here. And you're going to have to do it 2 or 3 times. Tony starts getting stuff ready to go to his second dredge. Which I'm kind of up in the air on whether or not he needs to start a second one or not, but that's him. He's got money. Todd is running 3 wash plants this year, and Parker is going to run 2. So it's going to be kind of interesting seeing all the extra wash plants running for Todd. Considering breakdowns have been the main thing that has plagued him for most of the time on Gold Rush. I don't know if I'd take the risk in running 3 plants, but that's just me. So Parker makes a secret deal. He goes and signs paperwork for another claim that borders Tony's, which is kind of funny. So he's going to be Tony's neighbor on a new claim without Tony being the landlord over him. Mainly because Tony's royalties are too high, so he signs this deal to get a 10% royalty instead of a 15 that goes up to 25 and then 30. Or however the deal worked out with Tony. Either way, the more Parker made, the more royalties he paid, which is kind of crappy, honestly. All right, we're full. Grab our bucket of water. Dump it in. Tony gets the first piece loaded. He gets his front end loader put on the barge and starts heading toward Thistle Creek to get the dredge started tearing apart. So nothing wrong with that. Is that going to do it? That's going to do it. All right. Like I said, at the beginning of this, it's just a lot of manual, nothing automated. It's I mean, you can go take out a big, huge loan, which I would like to try to do this without taking a loan out. So we're probably going to do some grinding and do some talking about Gold Rush. And if you guys are fans of Gold Rush, please in the comments let me know your thoughts and your opinions and who's your favorite people on the, who's your favorite miner, all that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of it, and I'm not afraid to admit it. So after Parker gets back, he goes over to check out the claim. Tony happens to be on his claim, rides over, and Parker ends up having to tell him. So I think Parker is going to definitely stay with Tony this year, probably next year. I mean, he went and signed the paperwork with Tony right when he got back from signing the other deal. That way Tony couldn't kick him off the claim for signing a deal that he didn't need, basically. So, or for signing a deal with somebody else. Tony could have done that since they hadn't. Dadgummit. Keep putting it in the bucket. Move this bucket away from here. If you want to transport dirt, that's how you do it. Yeah, Tony could have potentially kicked him off the claim, but I don't know if he's going to or not. Freddie is supposed to be running the third wash plant and can't due to some kind of water injunction. Like the water he's going to be running, they won't let him use, something of that nature. The government regulations on mining are probably pretty stringent, so you got to be real careful about where you're mining and make sure you're following all the regulations and all that kind of stuff. So he got hung up by an injunction. He's going to have to find a water source somewhere, but until then, he's kind of stuck. They can't run their third plant. All right, into the episode. Parker's gold count is 202. Keep in mind, they do have a bet this season, whoever finishes with the most gold. 202, 201.9 ounces, I think it was. Hoffman's gold count, 212.05 ounces, which is pretty good. I give them credit for their first cleanup being like 20% of what they got the entire last season. I think that's pretty neat. I'm glad they had a good start. I mean, I hope everybody does good in life. I hope everybody does good with their endeavors. So I'm glad they had a good first cleanup. Second episode starts out with the Snobble crew. Guy named Brennan breaks. Was it a dozer? I think it was a dozer. Somehow or other. Or maybe it was an excavator. I'm not real sure what it was. Maybe it was an excavator. But he breaks something right at the start. And, of course, Parker doesn't like when anything gets broken because then you have to pay to fix it. And you have downtime and all that kind of stuff. And nobody likes that when you're trying to mine. So nobody likes broken items. The Hoffmans had a good first day, and then they got hit by a blizzard, seems like, for a day or two. Just kind of out of nowhere. So that put a complete halt to them because everything froze up. They were no longer able to mine. That's at 100%. They were no longer able to mine because everything was frozen, so they had to go back to the drawing board. In the meantime, during this blizzard, some crazy guy comes up to some of the crew members that are trying to get somebody's car unstuck from the road and threatens them or something, and then starts shooting at them as they drive away. So that's kind of scary. They showed a clip of them engaging previously, where Freddie thought the guy was just coming over to say welcome or whatever, and he definitely was not welcoming in any type of way. So they ended up taking off. They ended up going to the police station and filing a report. The police caught the guy, thank goodness. So nobody was injured. No, I mean I don't think it's right for you to go shooting at people just because they're around your area. But I can understand some frustration of mining companies moving into the area that haven't previously been there. Even if you're not, in a mining company, even if you're just a citizen that's that lives in the area, I can see where that'd be frustrating. Constantly heavy machinery and all that kind of stuff. So Tony starts. They get to his second dredge to start breaking things down, and Tony wants to start kicking sheet metal off the off the cabin, of course. And Seamus, his mechanic, advises him not to do that. They can just leave it on there. So he goes downstairs and starts breaking things. So he starts kicking tin off of whatever he can, whatever somebody will let him, basically, just to make him feel like something is going, make him feel like it's moving. Brennan, on Parker's claim, then breaks a dozer. Another dozer. I think the first thing he broke was it the Ripper? Maybe that's what it was. It was the Ripper was the first thing he broke. So then he's on a dozer and the track comes off of it. So he's just having a really, really crappy 2 days here, or 3 days, whatever it amounts to. So he's not having a good time at all. And Todd's of course, Parker of course is upset about it, losing his mind. You got to quit breaking stuff. So he sends Brennan to the new cut to dump to run an excavator for overburden. So he's basically the guy hauling the crap dirt out, because, well, Parker doesn't trust him at this point to do anything else. What happened next? Tony makes some headway on the dredge. They start getting the sluice boxes out of it and all that kind of stuff. Start getting it torn apart. I feel like his crew and everybody involved is pretty happy at the moment. So, they're making good progress. And of course, somewhere in the middle of all this, Todd brags about how this is going to be the best season ever, and he says that every year, and we'll see, because he does say that every year. Todd, I got faith in you, but you're going to have to... The jungle thing was the worst idea you ever had, for sure. Brennan finds pay dirt and totally redeems himself from all of the mistakes that he's made. So he could have just been dumping the dirt, the overburden into the truck, letting them go dump it, but he actually spots some pay dirt, stops the trucks, and pans for gold and finds it, so they get the first pay dirt out of their new cut. At a pretty quick rate, honestly. They weren't real deep in that cut from what I could tell, but I'm not on claim, I don't know. We come to the end of the episode, and Parker's gold count is 145.5 ounces, so 145 and 1/2 ounce, which is pretty good. They've only got one plant running, you know, so they're not really tearing into it yet. And when they do, Todd's probably going to have his hands full, honestly, because he's only using one plant and he's keeping up with Todd's 2 plants, so that's going to be bad. But Todd's gold count was 183.1, so Parker was only 40 ounces behind him and is only running one plant, and Todd's running 2. So, you know, it's kind of crazy to think that the ground in Colorado is that's producing as well as it is, but it's producing really well. All right, so that's the end of our first 2 episodes. I look forward to the next episode of Gold Rush. I'm going to try to do these videos on probably Monday afternoon is when I'll try to put them out. That way I can record them Monday, edit, and then get them out. So back to the game. As you can tell, I've just been digging and throwing dirt into this thing, trying to fill up my mats. So we need to get some water in this bucket here, and we can dump this guy. We're gonna dunk this. There we go. Can we do it again? No? Why not? There's no gold in the miner's moss. Okay. Alright, so then we take that and we dump it into here. And this is where it gets really interesting. So you take this, you go over to here, and you go into panning mode. So you take it and you just kind of move the pan around. You don't get crazy with it. Gotta get the shuffle of gold out of there. Alright, so let me see. Shift is the gold picking mode. So there we go. We got 0.28 ounces out of the first bucket. Not bad. Let's get our second bucket going here. Or our first pan, rather. It's not even the whole bucket. I think we get 4 pans out of 1 bucket. So, and that's just 1 piece of moss. So it's slow going at first. It really is. It's going to be tough, but you know what? We're going to make it. We're going to get there. It's going to be the best season ever. Best season we've ever had. Alright, where'd you go? There it is. Haven't seen a picker yet, but make sure I got all that. I guess so. I guess that's all of it. Oh, I gotta dump the stuff before I can continue, I guess. There we go. Alright, let's get a third bucket. It looks like we're getting about 0.25. About 0.25 ounces per bucket here with 1 piece of miner's moss. So, that's not what I meant to do at all. That's a good way to lose gold. Let's bring her up. Shimmy her out a little more. No? Okay. That's going to be it. Not really finding any chunks here, but that's okay. I promise you we will get there. I have seen the future. Again, I did play a little bit into this game. Oh my god. Okay, well we wasted 0.25 there. What in the world is going on? This game just lost its mind all of a sudden, I guess. Get some more water. Set that down. You set there. That's got water in it. Take this miner's moss. Get our mats rinsed out here. Put that up. Is that all of it? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Alright. And I know with only 2 mats, I just know we're losing gold out of the bottom. But you know what? It's bound to happen, right? Alright, let's see here. Looks like I'm only getting 1 piece per mat. So, I'm not going to waste too much time consistently trying to pan. Because it seems to be pretty constant on the amount I'm getting. No need to go overkill here. Alright, we got 0.107. So that is roughly $100, maybe a little more, maybe $110. So not terrible, but could be a lot better, I think. Could be a whole lot better. Alright, let's get this piece picked out of... Hello? Get this piece picked out of here. If I can find it. Alright, got that piece out of there. Let's go one more time, and then we're going to go sell some gold. So I can show you guys how that works. I feel like next week, for the episode of Gold Rush, we can talk a little more in depth, since I don't have 2 episodes to cover, and I'm not trying to explain the beginning of this game either. I feel like the beginning of it is kind of self-explanatory. I mean, you go by the stuff that's listed there on your in your journal, and you shouldn't have any problems, really. Give me the gold. I guess I could bring it up out of the water, couldn't I? Maybe dump some of this. I made it easier. All right. So, we're done panning. We got 0.185, which is not bad, and I dumped 1 bucket out. I think we could have had 0.2. All right, we're going to run into town real quick. It's going to be kind of a long episode. We're going to run into town real quick and we're going to sell some of this gold. Now, just by doing a little bit of experimenting to begin with, I found that you can sell the ore just like it is, or you can smelt it, and it sells for more. But I don't know if there's a minimum amount you have to smelt. So we're going to find out here in just a second. The first gold that I smelted was way more than 0.185. I think it was like 4 ounces. So you can definitely smelt 4 ounces, I think. But I didn't notice a quality difference or anything in it, but we will see if maybe I just overlooked something. When we get some bigger gold, which I look forward to. I look forward to bigger gold for sure. But if I end up with $100 here, I may buy 2 more mats and the extension for the sluice, because we're losing gold out of the back end. I mean, you just know we are, right? It's supposed to have the extension there. You should have 2 more mats there. More mats you gold, the more more gold you catch. It's pretty obvious, I think. All right. Head on over. It's going to tell me to take the differential lock off as soon as I hit the asphalt. There we go. Differential lock off before I even get the message. Thank you very much. All right. Load up the gold store. I don't want to run over that guy's GTO there, whatever it is. Emergency brake on. Cannot get out while moving. Well, that's a good thing. Thank you for protecting me from being stupid. Oh, so we can smelt this down. Okay, so it's going to cost us $1.85, and we're going to lose 0.02 ounces. So let's smelt it down. Look at that gold bar. There's a lot of be a lot of green on it, but I mean, I don't know if that's bad or good. Whoa, hang on now, fella. There we go. Close that back up. I'm not sure. I never really did figure out what to do with the gold, because you really don't. You don't do anything with the gold bars. You just drive to the bank and sell it. So, there we go. And sell gold bars. And this game's not perfect, so when you click on it and you hit sell, it's still going to be there. But if you hit cancel and back out, you'll see that I have $289 now. So yes, I can buy those. I'm going to do that in the next episode. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, if you think you might enjoy the series of some discussion about the actual show of Gold Rush, next episode we'll get into a little more in-depth conversation about my thoughts on, you know, Todd and Parker and Tony and, you know, some of the crew and who's doing what and all that kind of stuff, because I won't have so much to cover. And some of these are just going to be me digging dirt, just like I was, you know, talking about them then. So keep all that in mind. But if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, you know, leave them in the comment section for sure. I would love to hear your thoughts on Gold Rush, the show, and the game. The game, I admit, is kind of cheesy, but I think it's got good potential. I really do. So I'm going to continue playing it for a little while. And if you guys have any comments or anything, let me know. Later, guys.